Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, it's me, Lily. I hope you guys are doing great today. I am back with another video. This is a video that I've been wanting to do regarding the COVID vaccine. I know that everyone has their own reasonings for getting the vaccine, which is, how it should be. Um, my concern is the force that's being taken to make people have to decide whether or not, okay, I'm going to get this vaccine or not. The pressure of getting this vaccine is so high that it just makes me wonder so many things. And so I'm here today to just shed light on certain things that, my concerns that I have regarding this vaccine and understanding our personal rights and decisions that we are allowed to make regarding our health, and if this is a decision that we want to make. So one of the things I want to talk about is do your research and make sure that your body is healthy enough to be able to accept this vaccination. There's some people that may have underlying health issues that this may cause, other problems and side effects. So, if you're going to get the vaccine, just make sure you do your research and make sure that this is something that your body can handle before making that decision. Just to avoid maybe possibly any type of harsh side effects that may come along to this. It's just, I know it's trial and error developing a new vaccine. So I just want to shed light on some of the things that I have run across, some of the videos I've seen regarding side effects and different things that has happened that to people who have chosen to get the vaccine and may have not done research to make sure that their body can handle this type of vaccination. So you guys stay tuned and let me know what you think. I have a few videos that I attached here for you guys just to see what I have researched so far. Thank you. Keep watching.
Now, News 2 at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to News 2 at 6. I'm Haley Wilkes.
And I'm Bob Mueller. New tonight, a Nashville woman is speaking out tonight from her hospital bed, unable to walk. Less than 24 hours after receiving her second dose of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, she was unable to move from the neck down. As News 2's Alex Dennis shows us, she is encouraging others to advocate for their health.
It's just like the worst nightmare I can ever imagine.
Brandy Parker McFadden is confined to her hospital bed at Vanderbilt.
Can you walk right now?
No, I can't walk.
Less than 24 hours after receiving her second Pfizer COVID shot, she explains she lost her ability to move from her shoulders down.
I thought maybe, if anything, I'd probably get like flu-like symptoms because I'd already had COVID. But I never in a million years thought I would never be able to get up and go to the bathroom or get up and walk to the other side of the room or stand up and hug my kids.
The usually active mother of 3 is speaking out, not with the intent of causing fear.
I'm not saying don't get your vaccine. I'm just saying that COVID is really real.
And still really new, she continues, including the vaccine, which is why she feels any possible adverse side effect should be investigated, even if it is extremely rare.
There's been, I don't know how many people have been vaccinated and been fine, right? But we have to tell everything. Otherwise, we will get nowhere in this thing of COVID.
Brandy advocates for women's health on a daily basis. Following a diagnosis of epilepsy, she created a nonprofit called My Epilepsy Story. Now her fight has shifted from her hospital room, warning of other women with similar symptoms to hers.
We do know there's been a couple of cases, a couple other women, but those women did not have epilepsy.
She applauds the investigation into the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which involved 6 women and rare blood clots, and she's hoping research will be done into these cases of paralysis.
This is why I say we need government funding and NIH for all these things.
Her husband James is also encouraging anyone with rare reactions to speak up.
This is something that is personally affecting our family and us.
but this is bigger than us.
In the meantime, Brandy is focused on the positive.
I have gotten some movement in my toes, which is great.
She will start intensive physical therapy this week. Alex Dennis, News 2.
We reached out to Pfizer. The company spoke to us by phone. They said they are closely monitoring side effects and released a statement which reads in part, to date, more than 200 million people around the world have been vaccinated with our vaccine. It is important to note that serious adverse events that are unrelated to the vaccine are unfortunately likely to occur at a similar rate as they would in the general population.
And we start tonight with a Channel 11 News exclusive. Doctors now believe a reaction to Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine temporarily paralyzed a Bethel Park mom. Good evening, I'm David Johnson.
And I'm Lisa Sylvester. Just 12 hours after getting the first dose, she woke up with no feeling from the neck down and relied on her young daughter to call for help.
All they know is that prior to my vaccine, I was healthy, I was whole. And then after my vaccine, I had complete paralysis of my body. I've regained the upper body strength and I'm working towards both toes moving on left and right.
That woman is sharing her story only with Channel 11's Jillian Hartman.
And she is live tonight with this major update. Jillian.
Well, the woman tells me her doctors here at the Allegheny General Hospital ran several tests. Now her doctors at the Cleveland Clinic did the same thing and found nothing wrong with her. Now she says those doctors at the Cleveland Clinic told her the cause of her paralysis points to the Pfizer vaccine.
The Cleveland Clinic doctor believes that the nervous system had a reaction to the shot, which caused stress on my nervous system and caused the paralysis that lasted from my neck down.
Rachel Cecere from Bethel Park spoke exclusively with me today from her hospital bed at the Cleveland Clinic. She said after more extensive tests, doctors confirmed she's a healthy 33-year-old woman with no underlying health issues.
So they were able to rule out any inflammation of the spine, and therefore they ruled out that this is not a Guillain-Barré syndrome that some people do get as a reaction to vaccines, flu vaccine, for example.
Cecere said she got the first shot of the Pfizer vaccine last week at the Rite Aid in Cassie Village, but 12 hours later, almost her entire body was paralyzed. These are photos of Cecere and her 3-year-old daughter Bristle before she got the shot. In the last few days, she's made a lot of progress. She's been able to regain almost all strength and feeling in her upper body. Today was the first day she's been able to sit up.
It's an amazing feeling. It makes me feel hopeful that I'm going to be whole again.
However, she's still numb from the hips down. At last check, she's been able to wiggle her toes, stand behind a walker for about 30 seconds, and had some resistance in both legs. I spoke to Pfizer earlier this week, but reached out again to ask if they had more to add with this new information. Pfizer got back to me within an hour saying we have nothing further to add. At this time, our ongoing review has not identified any safety signals with paralysis in the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. The woman tells me her case was reported to Pfizer, but Pfizer has not contacted her yet. I did ask a local infectious disease doctor about Cecere's case and what it would take to scientifically prove the vaccine caused her paralysis.
It's hard to say whether it's the vaccine or not the vaccine without there being more, first of all, more information and to more people with the same kind of thing. It is a very good sign that she's had recovery this quickly.
Now, it sounds like this woman will make a full recovery, which is good news. Now, I did reach out to Rite Aid, but they said they cannot comment because of HIPAA. Reporting live tonight, I'm Jillian Hartman, Channel 11 News.
Among 12.8 million recipients of the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine, the CDC now says federal officials have identified about 100 suspected cases of Guillain-Barré syndrome. GBS is a neurological disorder in which the body's immune system damages nerve cells, causing muscle weakness or, in severe cases, paralysis.
That message about these side effects being exceptionally rare, frankly, it has not gotten through to people. And we run the risk here, if we don't pivot quickly away from J&J, of having a sustained carryover effect, really damaging the reputation and the image of the mRNA vaccines.
The GBS cases occurred about 2 weeks after receiving the J&J shot, mostly among men, many over age 50. Most people who contract GBS recover.
Still, the FDA warning is the latest blow for a vaccine that had been highly anticipated because it was easier to administer. It requires only one dose and can be stored at a higher temperature.
But in April, the CDC said it had identified rare but serious blood clots linked to the J&J vaccine. Tonight, the company says it's working with federal regulators, that the chance of having this occur is very low, and that it happened only slightly more often than in a population that hadn't taken the COVID vaccine. Though the CDC says the data does not show a similar side effect for the Pfizer and Moderna shots. Despite all this, public health experts stress that vaccine benefits far outweigh the risks, as nearly all COVID hospitalizations and deaths are now occurring among the unvaccinated. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, New York.
So, you guys, yes, it's very, very unfortunate what happened to these two ladies. And I just want to make sure that everyone does their personal research for your body to make sure that this is something that your body can accept and handle. If you have religious reasons or, personal beliefs that you do not want to take the vaccine, I want people to make sure that you can utilize your rights. This is your body, your health that you're talking about. So if you don't feel good about getting the vaccination, you should definitely be able to make that decision and say, I do not want it, without being forced to take the vaccination. So I just feel like there is so much pressure on right now to basically force you to take this vaccination, which has me so concerned. I've listed here a few of the state incentives that they are giving people. So if you guys have, the vaccine, you've taken it, look into your state to see different things that, you could be entered in, I guess. It says that you could be in drawings and win all this stuff. All kind of stuff. So you just don't know. Definitely check into your state and see that what can you benefit from getting this vaccine. I just don't agree with the way they're going about it, because there's so many sicknesses, illnesses out here that I don't feel like received, and these type of things to say, hey, take care of yourself, be healthy. If you come to do this, you can have this, you can have that. But of course, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and things change, whatever way that we can get the people to be vaccinated. But I just want to make sure that there's enough research and make sure that this is something that my body can accept. And the different stories that I'm seeing, the side effects and things, it's just kind of almost like you would consider getting COVID. It's like, I don't want to get the vaccine and then later have all of these health issues, unexplained health issues that's been written off if nothing affected by COVID, when you may not have experienced these type of things before. So I understand that. I'm not knocking anyone that has decided to get the vaccine. So it should be a personal decision. And if you feel in your heart that the vaccine is for you, then I feel like you should get the vaccine. But no one forced you to be able to make that decision. That's something that you solely decided upon yourself. And that's why I'm here today. It's just understanding our rights and being able to make that decision, to do things that shouldn't hinder you from being able to live and go and do certain things that you may want to do. So, but hey, this is the world that we live in today, but I definitely will continue to stand up for my rights and not be forced or bribed to do these things. And if that means I have to stay home, I will stay home. I don't have to vacation and do all these things. These are things that I may want to do. That doesn't mean that I need to do them. So my health is way more important. My body is way more important. What I feel concerning my body is way more important to me. So I want to be the one to make that decision regarding my health and if I choose to want to be vaccinated or not. But I know a lot of jobs are getting ready to make a lot of decisions and, may affect a lot of people financially regarding whether or not they will be able to be allowed to work or not. So I'm definitely going to come back with another video regarding your job and if you're vaccinated or not. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and you guys stay tuned.